It's waiver wire night as we head into week 8. You guys are trying to find that player you want to grab off the waiver wire to help your team. Some of you guys are maybe grabbing 2 or 3 players for all I know, but I'm here to help you guys out. I've been dropping videos all day. I think this might be my 5th one for the day to help you out, and I'll have more tomorrow for you guys to chew on as well. I'll have some of those links in the comments below, but I got another running back I want to talk about because some of you guys are struggling trying to figure out which running back you want, and I'm going to cover them all, or as many as I can, to help you out. And today, right now, we're talking about Chub Hubbard. I dropped a video on him a few days ago, once news released about Christian McCaffrey, and I really wanted to talk about him and Foreman in separate spaces because I feel like both these players can be valuable in their own way in fantasy. Last week against the Buccaneers, which is supposed to be a tough opponent against the run, had 9 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown, rushed for over 7 yards a carry in that game. Came out early with an ankle injury, but it's not a long-term deal. Expected back soon, and it's not really going to impact him. He's RB21 for week 7 with 15.3 PPR fantasy points. Very solid for a debut with a larger workload. When you looked at the workload spectrum between him and Deontay, when Chuba was in there, it was about a 60-40 split, with Chuba getting the bulk of the workload. If you're interested in the workload, chasing that from what we saw last week, then Chuba would be your guy. If you don't want to sleep on either of these dudes, you may want to get the cheaper one if you're doing fab, which would probably be Deonta right now. The thing is, Deonta should be on a lot of rosters right now because most people were chasing him last weekend once news was announced about the Christian McCaffrey trade. But Chuba was a guy people shouldn't have been sleeping on. He catches the ball in the backfield, runs with some burst, was very productive out of college. He was productive last year as well. Once he got the opportunity, he rushed for 612 yards, caught 25 balls for 174 yards, had 6 touchdowns, targeted 37 times. He's a solid running back, had 4 RB2 weeks last year, 5 games of double-digit scoring. That's probably what we're going to see out of him this year. You're probably going to see some RB2 weeks. We already had one, really. He already gave us one RB2 week. So we're probably going to get a few more of those, maybe an RB1 week sprinkled in there, along with a couple duds. It's just how it goes. And I see something similar in Deonta's future as well, because he's going to get goal line looks. He's going to be used. They're probably going to use these 2 running backs interchangeably. I think they love having 2 backs like this. You have your Thunder and you have your Lightning. Right now, if you want to chase the workload, it looks like Chuba's getting the workload with a 60-40-ish split, but that could change week to week as well, depending on game script, game plan, how the defense is looking, hot hand, all that stuff. I don't think you should sleep on either one of these running backs. I think both of them are good. I'd flip a coin on which one I'd really want. But right now, if you want to just go by base case, what we got here, just by foundation, by basic fundamentals, Chuba would be your guy because of the workload split before the ankle injury. But Deonta, on the other hand, he's no joke either. Good size, adjusted speed, good pounder between the tackles. Probably going to get some goal line looks if the Panthers ever by the goal line. Remember, when you're looking at this team, the Carolina Panthers this year have been a big oddball, especially at quarterback, especially how the targets have been distributed to the wide receivers, how they've been able to move the chains. So don't expect these running backs to go boom. Expect these guys just to patch up some spots on your roster. We already got some good production out of both of them last week, and we saw how that could look. We could see that again in the future. I wouldn't be surprised if both these guys are productive in a lot of these games. I wouldn't be surprised on that. I wouldn't be surprised if both of them are getting a good amount of the touches. One will probably hit one game, one won't, and they'll probably flip and flop on that. Be hard to choose which one, but that's why I kind of see it the way I see it, because I think both these guys are very good running backs in their own right. Both of them are very good backup running backs in the NFL. Chub Hubbard has a very good college pedigree. Before he tore his Achilles, Foreman had a good college pedigree. I think both of them had 2,000-yard rushing seasons at college, which is insane. So 4,000-yard rushers here. So these are very good running backs who are talented backups, who both can be productive if given the opportunity. and they're probably going to go thunder and lightning with us. If you want to follow basic fundamentals here, just on small sample, recency bias, Chuba was proclaimed the starter going into this game, so you may want to chase him. He may want to be your number one, but that doesn't mean he will be long-term because both these guys are good. They could be flipping and flopping on each other, but Chub Hubbard right now has some indicators that he could be the snap leader, the touch leader off of these two, at least for right now. There's just the indicators, but honestly, you don't want to sleep on either one of them. They're both good, but I know you probably don't have room for both running backs on your roster. However, in a lot of these leagues, there's probably only one of them there. It's either Deonta or Chuba. In a lot of leagues, it's probably Chuba because Deonta was snatched off waivers first thing because a lot of fantasy analysts on Twitter and all the various websites, they were talking Deonta, and I get it. They're both talented backs. Shouldn't have been sleeping on Chuba. Chuba's probably available in a lot of leagues as well. So go ahead and see who's available. Look at the numbers. Think for yourself here and just go with the one you like. It's probably going to be a coin flip, but Chuba right now, fundamental-wise, if you're just looking at this short sample of touches, right now is the leader, but I would not be surprised if that flips. But that's because they're both good running backs. I'm just giving them both props. I think they're both good, and I think they are both very talented. Chuba in PPR, his ability to catch the ball in the backfield, get you yards after the catch, is something I'm interested in as well. But goal line work for Foreman is something I'm interested in as well, too, because you're going to take your 235-pound running back who runs a 4.5, 98th percentile speed score, and you're going to ram that guy across the goal line. So both these guys can be productive in their own right, so take the one you like better. I'm just trying to give you as much information as possible, non-biased, so you can make your pick. Fundamentally, from what we just saw, from what we just heard, Chuba looks like he's the touch leader. But I would not be sleeping on Deonta Foreman either. But also realize this Carolina Panther offense is not sexy. And it's not going to be looking good in a lot of games. So we're going to look at some volatility all season long like we have been seeing. If Christian McCaffrey is going to be volatile, these two guys are going to be volatile. That's just common sense right there. So think about that. Have your expectations limited. But let me know what you think about these guys. Who are you chasing? Let me know below. I also have the other waiver wire guys I've been talking about in these videos posted below in the comments. That way you don't have to search for them or anything. Make sure you hit that subscribe button though. It's really going to help you out for your fantasy leagues because I'm dropping content like this nonstop, giving you deep dive on all these players, my thoughts, and trying to give you the best bipartisan analysis to help you make your own informed decisions. I want to thank you, though, for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.